That's like
Okay,
Mickey Mouse doing Michael Jackson.
again with the images.
Rule 34, it probably exists.
Yeah. Shall we mentally fade to black and then come back in?
Yeah, mentally fade to black, harmonize, that sort of thing. Uh...
Hi, everybody.
Hello out there, and welcome to another episode. This one actually titled Episode 2
We
of...
got there.
Yes, we got to Episode 2 of Late Night Vacuum. I am one of the two hosts of this new and budding amazing podcast. Yes, I said amazing. I mean amazing. It will get there eventually, I hope. Um, but I'm Grakees, and
Uh,
Dublar is shaking his head at me.
yeah. I just want to bud. Hi, my name's Dubla Thackeray. I'm basically your spirit guide or spirit bum into the world of Star Citizen and Space Sim gaming. And today I'm again sponsored by unicorns.
I think I'm wearing a unicorn shirt today. You've got a unicorn mug and shirt. It's Unicorn Day.
Yeah, and I think we wear it both very well.
I think that's why I'm feeling so demonic for some reason. Unicorns are demonic, for those that didn't know.
Um, the unicorns, a symbol of Scotland. They're demonic, twisted individuals as a race, as a people. So it's only fair that we give you the truth.
Aren't you from there?
I am, yes. I
Oh,
get
okay,
it.
that explains a lot. Got it.
So we've got a rather interesting show again to kind of talk and go through a few things. A little bit of clearing house and a little bit of what's been going on in the week.
hmm
But let's find out what you've been playing, Grakees. What have you been playing? What have you been playing? What have you been playing, sir?
Let's see. This week, let me try to... Into the Stars. I played some Into the Stars.
Tell us about that, because that looks really interesting. What is it, for
Uh,
those who don't know?
Into the Stars is one of those sort of turn-based survival resource gather games. Think Faster Than Light, FTL, with upgraded graphics, controls. Essentially, what you do is you start off on what's known as one of the arcs, the remaining vestiges of humanity, basically. You've got 10,000 civilians on board and your crew of yourself and six others. And you go out while on the run from, I can't remember the name of the alien race, and you try to get away by flying planet to planet and making sure you have enough resources to feed people and make sure they have, breathable air and
Yeah.
fuel,
I
stuff like
tuned
that.
in every so often watching you play that, and I wasn't exactly sure if this was one of your goal objectives, but everybody was dying.
It's not easy to keep people alive, but I kept surviving. Like, I was to the point where I had no oxygen, no food, no fuel. I was stuck, and I just sat there waiting because slowly your civilians die off, but they don't all die right away unless your ship explodes, which happens a lot. So I waited until the bad guys caught up to me, so I could fight them, kill them,
Mm.
and take their stuff to run away. So I led them into a sense of, they could defeat me, and then I took their stuff and ran away from them. And then I kept doing that several times until I got to a planet and got more resources, and then
So
everybody died.
you make being callous and lucky like a worthwhile strategy, is what you're saying,
Yes!
right?
It's
Max,
it's like a game of Battlestar Galactica.
um, Max Alexandre says, and I hope I got that right. Into the Stars has tricky feedback. It doesn't feel fun for playing for long. I mean, how long have you played it? What's your take on that? Do you
Uh,
like it?
yeah, I like it, but it is a short burst game because there are still some issues with it to play for a long time. Some of the controls are a little bit off. You try to click there's a lot of fast-paced action in the combat. However, what you have to do, for example, is mismatch your weapons from their shield color. So if you want to bust
Okay.
through their shields and they have blue shields, you want red or yellow weapons, not blue.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, yeah.
you just want to, change the color, and you want to match your shield to whatever weapon's incoming so that you block it. However, sometimes those clicks don't exactly work because everything's happening really fast and you click and you click and you click and it doesn't happen right away. Or you try to bring up a screen to get a crew member over to make it better and you click and the screen comes up and then it waits like 10 seconds to load and you can't go back and you can't do anything. So you're sitting there while you're getting shot at and dying and you can't do anything. So
Right.
it is early access, so that is stuff that they're going to work on. But yes, it is a better game to play one or two rounds of, and then move to something else.
Okay, well that's cool. But you were moving to other things, so because I've seen you play a few other games. What else have you been up to?
Kerbal Space Program. I mean, Pluto. Seriously, Pluto.
I was going to feign ignorance. So, as a time capsule, we've actually had New Horizons probe pass by Pluto, and they've sent back some amazing photographs. And so I think there's been an awful lot of people playing Kerbal as a result of that this week.
Yes, in honor of New Horizons and space and all things wonderful. So, um, joined in with the Kerbal stuff for a day because that was fun. I
How,
decided I wasn't going to make it out of the system. I could have built an ordinary rocket, but it takes me forever sometimes, and I hadn't played in a while. So instead, I decided to build an orbital weapons platform and bring war to Kerbal.
oh, so good. Actually, did you see they've updated the photos of all the planets within the solar system since that flyby?
I did not see that they updated that.
Yeah, yeah. Pluto still isn't there.
Oh man, shots fired. Maybe they'll update it again. Maybe.
And it still won't be there.
Eh, we're hoping.
Just think, the person who actually discovered it.
Too bad your discovery doesn't count.
Yeah, pretty much. Although he was on the probe, which is
Oh,
quite cool.
that's
Well,
good.
not yeah, yeah, part of him. I think maybe it was just a screaming head in the darkness of space. But
Oh
yeah,
God, it's like Futurama gone wrong.
but yeah, no. So yeah, so he was part of the probe. In fact, to be honest, that's how probes are made. It's using the souls of humans. But we probably shouldn't talk about that.
Now I know I can go to space later.
Yeah, you're not gonna like it.
No, I'll
Uh,
like it. I'm good.
Comcast's terrible signal.
That
Um,
explains a lot.
yeah. So you've been playing that, and I saw you were playing, I think, at least one other game.
Yes, Guild of Dungeoneering.
Now that I tuned in last night, and I kind of looked at that, and I went, "Ooh,
It,
that looks fun."
it's a very fun game. It's quite simple. It's
It's like pencil drawn almost.
it is it has a very pencil drawn style, almost like you're playing an RPG pen and paper type of thing. So it's like when people would draw out the rooms on grid paper. So yeah, they have that sort of style to it. They have some really good bardic type of music behind it.
Mm.
A lot of puns, especially with the cat burglar. They do a lot of puns. It's quite appalling. Exactly.
You are not Ben Lesnick. Stop.
That is an exact joke from the game. It's a quote.
Y- Oh, all right, okay.
I'm quoting. I'm quoting.
For a minute there, I thought they referenced Ben in the game, and I got really confused.
No. The cat. That's one of their puns. So I was quoting it for you. I won't
Perfect.
anymore. Oh, I see what you did there. I caught that right away because that's another one. There's a lot of them.
Now, does that game have any legs to it? Is that going to kind of die out with after post novelty, or
It's one of those games that it's not XCOM level of awesome, but it's definitely one of those games that it's fun to play around with chat
Hmm.
because it is very easy to slip up and die in that game. So you cycle through people very quickly.
Is the text files that are editable?
Sort of. When you get a new character in the game, you can change the name of the character into someone. So
Okay.
when either when someone dies, it replaces that person in your guild hall with the same class, and you can rename, or when you first drop the building type, it gives you that class, and you can rename them then. You can't
Okay.
do it after the fact, which is somewhat annoying, but pre-access, early access thing. So
I'm trying to see at what point I can mentally roleplay it as a space sim.
that'd be difficult.
You say that. Well, we could give it a go.
Imagination would work.
Is what you need if you wanna be the best. So that was quite good. And anything else you've been playing, or has that been pretty much it?
Those were the primary ones from the week. I think I did some World of Warships in there too, and got my butt kicked trying to go for a battleship.
Mm,
It just was not in my favor. Like people would be following behind me, and I'd think we'd be in formation. Then I'd start fighting the enemy, and then I'd turn around and go because I'd be at the lead with a slightly faster ship. Turn around and go,
mm.
all right, guys, we got. Where'd they all go? Oh no!
So dear, that's not good. I just mentally imagine that like going in for a bar fight, and you turn around, and the entire gang is just like, nope, nope. Where are they? They're just outside.
Pretty
Fuck.
much, pretty much. That's what it was like.
Yeah.
We're ready to get into it, and then it's you versus five. That's not going to go in your favor.
And well, it depends what kind of movie you're making. Sorry, I went somewhere dodgy. Um, so yeah, from my side, I've
Yes,
had
exactly.
unfortunately a bit of a quiet week
Oh,
again. It turns out that if you mix Red Bull and coffee, it beats painkillers, some kind of weird top trumps effect. So it took me out. But I did play some Arena Commander on
oh,
Monday.
you braved
Um,
Arena Commander.
Now, you know how I'm not good, right?
You
There's,
say that. I say that there's many aspects that can be taught. You just need to be taught them. So you're not hopeless at this point.
I still haven't completed. So myself and Carl, one of the
Carl.
Carl, one of the great people who follow my stream, we actually raced together, and I still haven't completed a lap. I have to grab some of the footage to show just how bad it was. I was exploding. I had something like 10 explosions in the starting grid alone.
I, what ship and mouse and keyboard or joystick? Because I can't
Uh,
remember.
HOTAS.
OTAS, good.
And it was with a 325 A. And it was just ridiculous. And you know what? It actually helped me diagnose something. I have strife on my pedals. I also don't have dead zones on my pedals
Why do you have strafe on your?
because I'm contrary.
Okay.
Because no, so with the pedals, it means that I can do. I'm just moving right now. I can do left, right, strafing, and with the toes up, down.
Oh, okay, actual
Uh,
full strafe, not yaw. You meant strafe,
yeah.
not yaw.
Oh,
Okay, yeah.
oh, I said strafe. See how the mouth
Yeah, yeah.
works.
I just for some
Um,
reason I heard yaw in my head and I went, wait, he meant strafe. Okay, we're
no, no. If you heard you on the head, the end was silent. Um, the and
oh,
oh, and so I yeah, so I've been drifting around, flying around in say Broken Moon or Dying Star, um, with my ship naturally just going a bit special, and I didn't realize that. Um,
because a
so,
light touch and boom, 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 you're all over.
Exactly. So I've been able to adjust that, and then I played a little bit of Arena Commander, and I still sucked, but I sucked with control.
See, that's the first step. Get control, and then you suck a little less with control, and then you become not quite sucking anymore, but not really
Yeah.
there yet with control. And then from there, all of a sudden, it goes and gets better and better and
Could
better and
you
better.
imagine? I was actually able to land crosshairs on targets and not have the crosshair move somehow. It's quite a feat. I'm quite
I
impressed.
know how much trouble you had with that, so that's awesome.
Yeah.
See, I told
So
you would improve over time.
it's like, and today I didn't crash. We'll get
When the
there.
game releases, we'll have you completing that lap.
when the game releases, and finally you've been able to land upside down, which I've done. Quite tricky. So now this has been a semi-quiet week. Shall we go through what's happening in the week and then hit upon a few key points, or do you want to kind of go in
I'd say
to?
let's hit up on what's been going on this week because it's been a little slower. Stuff we can
Yeah,
kind of just cover quick. We're not going to delve into much on the what's been going on part of it.
yeah. So I mean, what's kind of been standing out this week? Because we had was it 10 for the writers, 10 for the producers? I can't remember.
Producers.
Producers. We had 10 for the producers. We had a nice wee bug smash. We had ATV just happened today. What stood out for you?
The Bug Smashers, how they specifically said we're doing things again that CryEngine is not meant to do.
Yeah.
Well, they say that a lot. At this point, they've almost rewritten CryEngine, it seems. Like,
Well,
they're like, we have some core components left, but mostly it's ours.
But you know what's kind of interesting? I'm kind of glad they're doing that because it's like, yeah, we're rewriting stuff that should really be baked in. That's bad. That's where netcode comes in and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think a lot of what they're doing, maybe they'll share back to Crytek, hopefully. And then CryEngine will be this, and then they can share it back. And I'm hoping.
If they do share that, and that's kind of great, and they move it upstream, as is their ability, I look forward to Crytek releasing their own space sim, because you have to admit an awful lot of what the CryEngine does, it does relatively well for what it needs to do. This is just taking it to such a level beyond. It's like
CryEngine's really, really good at making things look really, really amazing in very, very small areas with not a lot of stuff.
true.
And instead, Star Citizen decided they want to take and make things look really, really amazing in gigantic areas with a lot of stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, some rewrites are going to happen.
Yeah, there's going to be some rewrites. So that kind of came through, and we saw the I've turned into a capsule, and I've now managed to bounce my Aurora into the sky. Anything else kind of stand out this week?
115.
Oh, what's that? He said knowingly.
I am speaking of the update that will be coming sometime soon, and I don't mean with TM soon, for Arena Commander. This one is going to be big. This is going to be one of those big updates that everyone kind of waited for, like how point 8 became point 9 big.
Yeah.
This is big.
So now, do we know what? Now, so for those who may not know, what's the standard kind of procedure for a release like this, and what then do we think is in it?
The standard procedure for a release like this is multiple QA passes internally first to make sure all the stuff that they want to have in there is in there and not breaking everything.
As is tradition.
Yep, it tends to do that a lot. And I say not breaking everything because they know that it's going to still probably break some stuff even when it hits PTU, which is the next part of the phase. PTU is the Persistent Test Universe. It is sort of like, if anyone plays MMOs, it's the test server that you can go to in a lot of MMOs where you help the devs out with a patch before it goes live. You kind of get to see stuff early, but it doesn't always work. And that's the price you pay for helping out. So they have a test of what is an alpha. So it's a test of a test. That's real early access type of stuff. And a lot of people are probably going to be hopping in there because the developers have given some information as to what's going to be in there.
Yeah, and there's quite a few things. We've got the GIM system, General Instance Manager.
Yes,
which,
that's the new backend system.
so that's a new matchmaking system, and there's a couple of what ifs will that contain. It may just be the initial framework. It may be a more advanced model.
It's supposed to have matchmaking stuff with it, so a little bit more advanced model than I think we thought. It's not just going to be the straight up some server stuff. It's going to be, oh look, here's a new matchmaking code too.
What else do we have in there?
The new updater,
Yeah. So what?
which
Yeah.
that's supposed to help with things like, oh look, we just reinstalled all 28 gigs of files because our updater doesn't know how to tell how to patch a single file here. There.
Yeah.
So
This
that's
is
supposed
actually
to help.
going to be one of those updates where it's not going to be just you have to fully reinstall the game for this one.
Yeah, this isn't more than likely going to have to reinstall the game. They haven't
Oh
confirmed
no,
that.
they think they basically have. But I think it was in chat.
I
I
didn't
may be wrong.
see a direct confirmation from the devs on it yet, but I might have missed a post or two today. I didn't see anything before today on Reddit or on our side, but I might have missed it with being out and about today.
Yeah.
But yeah, they've got that much in there, and then there's more. There's even more. Yeah, this is a huge. This is going to be a huge patch. They're changing the flight system a bit, so the speed of combat's going to be changed by adjusting how boost works.
Hmm.
So it isn't going to be the sort of infinite boost situation that we have right now.
To summarize, they've made adjustments made to weapons, shields, boost, hull, missiles, countermeasures, coolers, flight, and they've also adjusted the movement rate of gimbals based upon their sizes.
Yes,
And
which means mouse doesn't get auto win button anymore.
and Scythe,
Yes,
Mer-
and
Merlin.
yes, Scythe and Merlin. So, yeah, it's basically here's all the things we're balancing and adjusting and changing. Arena Commander. That's just what it is. The word is Arena Commander.
Mm.
What's an Arena Commander? All this list of things? Yeah, we've done something to it.
Yeah, if they
Oh, and here's two shiny new ships too.
they've touched everything.
Yes, yes, they have.
Yeah,
Their
and
fingers are just in all the pies.
they fingered all the pies, all the pie holes. The so the update was that it could have hit today. No, today being Thursday, of course. It may come out tomorrow. In which case, I do not envy CIG
As of
their
like an
weekend of plans.
hour ago, that's the last
Yeah.
time we checked. So unless
Um,
someone has a direct quote post that says yes tomorrow, we're gonna say maybe.
Yeah. I think Mammon did the release late Friday, everything broken until next Wednesday, which is fine because we've been used to things broken for far longer.
Yes.
Uh,
At least this is broken progress.
yeah. So I'm really excited by this because I mean, there's a couple of things from my side is that I've got a car to owl. Um, uh, uh, So I was car to owl, and that's one of the ships I'm looking forward to coming through, and they are actually speeding that up. My 325A was going to be my runaround ship, but I also have a Merlin in my list, so I'm going to be playing that one quite a lot just to see how it handles.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's basically going to be the ship that I die in more frequently. It
I
was
have
really
a
great.
Merlin too, and I'm looking forward to that. Oh, can
Merlin
you
and
imagine
Merlin.
me in a Merlin? Ooh. The speed of that thing and the agility of that thing, even with the changes and stuff. Oh, the hugs.
I want to fly so fast I can pierce an asteroid.
You can already
Um,
do that.
yeah. Oh,
Just the
and
really small ones.
they announced the price tag of the Merlin as well
They
this week.
did. And Dublar, please tell us that price.
Only yours for $19.99, $20.
Oh, such a good price.
Now, here's the thing. I mean, it's got no quantum drive.
Yep,
It's a snub. It's a parasite.
yep,
It's got no jump engine.
yep.
It's the fuel it's got. 20 is absolutely fantastic for a local system runabout.
Yeah.
And I hope that
Moon and back type of travel.
yeah, I'm going to get ice cream. I don't need a Hornet. Yeah, Captain Jimmy Dean, it's $20. No LTI at all. This ship is basically a seat with engines and a gun. It
My
makes the
favorite.
it makes the M50 look, high spec. Uh, but it's gonna be great.
The Merlin's how I'm gonna win Operation Pitchfork. Do you not remember long
Yes.
ago the Grakees bomb? A discussion from
Uh,
long ago. That was the Merlin.
that's going to. I want to see this. This is the kind of thing where you tell me about this stupid thing. I mean, the ideas you have, and
Yeah, my ideas are out there, but
I
they're wonderful.
really, it makes me no longer want to be part of Pitchfork. I just want to be a cameraman reporting and filming you because seriously, it's going to be like Zapruder footage back and to the left as you get completely iced.
I know,
Uh,
except if I do, it's gonna work.
so Jacob, GR15, what was the other ship release update? It's the Vandal Scythe. So that will be playable. I think is it that you can access it not via rec per se.
Correct.
It was one of the original things that was offered as part of the subscriber perks of being a.
Yes, so it's one of two ways. So not a lot of people are going to have access unless they do some sort of free fly with it. You either have to own one, which there was a very limited number of these things. Uh, I actually know a couple people with them. But yes, the scythe is going to be if you're an owner, a lucky, lucky owner, or if you're a subscriber that got the tokens for
Hmm.
24 hours of flight with a scythe.
I
And
think yeah.
it,
It,
it it's a couple of tokens depending on your level and everything else, but it could be shiny.
It might not mean much, but it might be possible because there's a few of us and a few people. I'm sure you'll find people in free flight who'll let you kind of fly a scythe,
Yep.
have a run around with it. It should be good fun.
Oh, I can imagine the hugs in a scythe. It's designed for it.
This hug, I hugged you and I'm bleeding.
Exactly. That's what hugs are, aren't they? Didn't everyone grow up like that? You know, come here, let's have a hug, and then all of a sudden you're in pain, your ribs are broken, you're bleeding. No?
Grakees, I really worry about you. It sounds like you went through Spartan training, but you never got the enhancements.
It's true. I miss the enhancements.
Yeah. So what else has been happening this week? Anything else on the CIG side? Because it has been rather quiet, and that's kind of okay. Because I like the damage states they were showing for the Merlin.
Yeah, they did show
Uh,
that, which are essentially the new damage states we've always known are in there since the Gladius and Gladiator. However, they
yeah,
kind of had to take them out because they weren't working and they were broken. Now they're putting them back in.
there was an interesting Chris Olivier Chris Smith, sorry, between the lines of the interview that he just did around the constellation.
Yes.
That was quite a telling one. It's the yeah, we've been working on this rework for the best part of a year,
Well, it was
and
one of the first ships.
the majority of it is getting it into the pipeline.
Yep.
Uh, so translates as this ship was a ship, but it had absolutely no process on it. Well, it had process on it, but not the process we need,
Yeah.
and we had to basically do it all over again.
It was. This is what we originally came up with as an idea for a ship. This is not what our game has become in its quality standards for
Yeah,
what a ship is supposed to be, so we're doing it right. And if any of the current ships that are coming out more and more and more, like we saw the white boxing for the Genesis, if
yeah,
that type of work is going into these ships, and they've said since the beginning they are going to do an iterative process, these are going to go through reworks
yeah,
before release.
yeah. But
Oh, mama.
what this tells me is that they have matured and they've advanced to such a point where the old ships aren't. They've actually probably looked at the Connie as okay. At least that's kind of what they've even intimated, which is like going forwards,
Yeah.
the new iterations of these ships will be through the pipeline, because they've I mean, from what I've seen and from just how communications are coming and how things are being stacked and built, the pipeline appears to have been a tremendous turnaround in terms of speed and putting out. So they're actually now it kind of like, when you've got a problem with your computer and you phone IT support, they basically have to do the math, which is, can we fix this in 20 minutes?
Yeah,
If not, we might as well just reinstall.
pretty much. Yeah,
Uh,
I
and
know that math all too well.
yeah, so that's what sorry, hit the mic. That's what they're kind of applying now to what goes through that pipeline, I believe, from the old ships. Um, Green Avenger posted in comments going, "I can't wait to kill someone in a hot tub." I know what you're talking about, but that will be taken out of context and will forever haunt you.
I don't know if he means he is in the hot tub and then proceeds to kill someone. So while he is in the hot tub, he kills someone, or if he is going to kill the person sitting in the hot tub.
Hmm. Well, at least we've ruled out the fact he isn't a hot tub.
Maybe he is the hot tub.
That'd be very messy and also very awkward.
Hot tub in hot tub.
Hot tubception. Um,
I want a
he's
hot tub
both.
in a hot tub.
No, you're talking bullshit.
I want a hot tub pyramid with hot tubs stacked into hot tubs.
No. This is where I want to reach through this computer and slap you sensible.
But then you could be at the top of your pyramid of hot tubs looking at the lesser hot tub people beneath you.
That does appeal to me, but I've never
Aha!
actually thought about being on a mountain of hot tubs. I have better images than that. I could be on a mountain of. Um, but so yeah, I mean, so it's been a quiet news week. Nothing's happened. There's been no scandals.
Oh no, not at
Uh,
all.
no discussions about refunds. Stuff. Uh, if you watch the pre-show, you'll know that we took the piss out of stuff. But the truth of the matter is, there are certain people who don't deserve to be named, and I'd rather not give them that feel because, well, they're just talking shite.
Yeah.
I don't know where you stand with that.
It's so true. That's why I made it into the joke that I did to start with, where I was just being a little shit, honestly, about it, because that's all it is. I mean, I can see maybe one maybe on the outskirts point if it was investigated as a journalist, maybe at absolute most. But the presentation of it and everything done was it was just it was someone spewing shit for the sake of spewing shit, and
Yeah.
presentation matters in what you have to say. Presentation does matter in what you have to say. It's why, for example, we actually want to get better overlays and quality and everything for you guys out there, because you deserve good presentation when we're informing you of situations or we're giving our opinion on such.
The thing to kind of bear in mind is, as a general rule, we actually are critical. But at the same time, I'm almost going to stretch the truth here and say we're also sensible. This isn't going to be a game that's perfect by any stretch of imaginations. I'm going to be disappointed because, well, I mean, step one, I look at myself in the mirror every day. After that,
Oh, but hold on, I got to get the goggles on and look over at your magnificence again. There we go. Much better. Okay.
we got to get you laid. But that's the truth of it, because I think it's important for us to kind of share that when we do criticize or when we think about things, we do think about it with a certain element of faith in that we've given them money, okay? But also based upon our expectations, our practicalities of how we see timelines and various odds and sods. Anything else, Grakees, before we move on?
No, I am good. And I believe you have questions for me now, don't you?
Okay, yes. So we're going to be doing a wee quiz thing, which we're hopefully going to do turnabout. So this is...
I will get you back next week, don't you worry.
I appreciate it. Here we go. We don't have a title music. This is the great Star Citizen True False quiz, which also has answers that are not true or false.
Oh, crap! Wait, huh?
I have to really work on that. Um, so basically, Grakees and I talk as if we almost know things about Star Citizen. So I have a
But there's
perfect,
so much to remember.
exactly. So time to get embarrassed. So Grakees, I've got 10 questions here, or 10 things that I want to say to you. Shall we say, because we're about 3,500 miles from each other. I want to give you a prize or somehow. Or how about this? If you get 6 or more of these right, I will give you $1 for every one you've got right, and I'll send it across to you through your donations. How does that sound?
I'd rather fight for pride, a running tally of points, and we can do something at the end.
Okay, we could do that, but I'm still going to beat you. Actually, probably not. Um, okay, so let's start. The question one. This is uh, true or false. Um, Thundering Thorshoe. Have you heard of this?
As in the Thorshoe
Yeah,
crab.
Thundering Thorshoe. Squadron 79's first commanding officer, this is a law one, Captain Jaso Iger realized that he could use the brand new spacecraft he had been entrusted with to ingratiate his team to the weary-based personnel. For the first 3 months of training, he would he would commission one of his pilots to covertly fly luxury foodstuffs and other items from the planet's southern regions back to the base. Hailed by all for providing these creature comforts, the phrase "having a 79" briefly came to be used amongst Navy starmen as an expression for having a lavish meal. This all came to a
Oof.
halt when the Retaliator transporting contraband suffered a flameout during a landing approach. The tower quickly ordered the crew to dump their fuel and dummy munitions in preparation for a crash landing. The order was followed, sending the illicit goods stored in the bomb bay falling around the airbase. 2 tons of fresh Thorshoe crab legs. So with that, the squadron's name was established and a 300-year legacy of seafood-orientated intra-service jokes was born. So, true or false? Is this a true law story about Squadron 79, the
Oh.
Thundering Thorshoe?
Oh. I don't think it's a SIG lore story. I think that's a forum lore story. I'm going to say false.
I'm going to give you that. It's actually true. It is a true law story, but it was Squadron 78,
Oh, it was Squadron 78, not
the
79.
Thundering Horseshoe.
Oh,
Yep,
wow. Half
yep.
point. At
So let's
most,
got
it's
that
half.
half. Okay,
You changed the squadron number, but that's it.
yeah. So that was the long one. These ones will be much faster. So here's another law question.
It's been a while
Uh,
since I read the lore. Damn, I have to go reread.
yeah, well, if I hear your keys go, I know you're doing a bad thing.
Oh, I know that.
Um,
Hands up!
okay. What does AMD stand for?
Oh, it's not a true false question, just what does it stand for?
Hang on. The name of the quiz was the Great Star Citizen True False quiz that may also have questions that aren't true or false.
Oh, God, okay, I missed that part. AMD. Uh,
What does AMD stand for?
oh, man, I don't know that acronym. Oh, no.
Make a guess.
Anti missile defense.
You're so wrong it hurts.
Yep, probably.
I'll give you another guess because,
It's not the graphics card. That doesn't count. It has to be in Star Citizen.
yeah.
Parrot math, not the AMD graphics card.
Yeah. So I'll give you one hint. What ship is it on?
Oh, for the love of God.
Seriously, what ship is it on? It's on a fast ship.
Well, if it's on a fast ship, it would have to be. Ooh. Probably not one in flight right now. Eh,
It's in
Herald?
hangar.
Oh, it is in hangar. It's not the Herald then. Which mean it leaves the
Okay,
350R or the
it's
M50.
on the Mustang Omega.
Oh, that's not fast.
Uh, okay.
As in
Uh,
AMD from the Mustang. I
yeah.
wasn't.
So
I wasn't thinking of the branding in game.
I can see sweat. Oh, you're cracking. Oh.
There's no
Okay.
sweat.
Um. Okay. So I'm. Did you give up?
I don't remember what the acronym is in game on the
It
Mustang.
was a fast ship. It was accelerated mass design.
Oh, that's what it stood for. That's right. I forgot the AMD lore.
Yeah, you've got stink eye zero on that.
Yep.
Now this one could have
I didn't
one
even
of
get
two
close.
answers. I'll take one of two answers. Where did we first hear of Sakura-san?
Well, Sakura Sun first was talked about as part of the next great starship as the weapons manufacturer uh, for the next great starship. It's a new and budding weapons manufacturer, and then it was supposed to be the combination ship with which alien race? The Xi'an, I think, is who they were working with.
Yeah, you basically got that. It came out in the Next Great Starship. I would have also taken the print reference in the jump point of October 2014.
Oh, that's right. They
Um,
did put it in there as a reference as well.
yeah,
I
so Green
forgot
Avenger
about
has a
that.
question which we should include. How much drink are we going to get on at CitizenCon? Green, I'm going to lose the use of my legs and I'm going to need, yeah, we're going to get munted. It's going to be amazing. So that's
True.
true. Oh, good God. So that's the law section done. Now let's move to some ships.
I at
Um,
least got the
I'm
one
going.
of those.
I'm going to read out some ship descriptions,
Okay.
but I'm not going to give you the name of the ship.
Okay.
So you just have to let me know what ship you think it is.
All right.
Be proud of your roots with a brand new built for the discerning pilot who never forgets where he or she came from. The features a patent leather interior to guarantee comfort for those long stretches in the deep black. What ship? I can
Freelancer.
read. So you say
I
freelancer.
think it's the Freelancer.
I'm going to read it again and give you you can stick or change. Be proud of your roots with a brand new built for the discerning pilot who never forgets where he or she came from. The features a patent leather
Oh,
interior to guarantee comfort for those long stretches in the deep black.
no, 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 because Never Forget Your Roots is probably a hint on that one as a play. It's probably something like the Aurora LN or LX, I would think. It's an RSI ship, most likely. I
Okay,
think.
so what ship?
Oh God, it's either going to be the Connie or the Aurora. It's an RSI ship.
Three, two.
Aurora. I'm just going to go Aurora.
What type of Aurora?
LN.
Okay. I'm not going to tell you the answer. I'll move to the next one and then so on. So let's see. And let me just quickly do that. So sleek, mean, and royal adds missiles, a more aggressive engine, and Durasteel holding cells in the cargo bay to the standard
That's
model.
a Constellation Blue. Or not a Constellation, Cutlass Blue.
Yeah,
Nothing
that
else
one
has
was
the
easy.
Durasteel holding cells.
Um, so yeah, so
Cutlass
you've
Blue.
got that.
There's no Connie Blue.
So I'll put that in there. And so this one's an easy one. If you want to get from point A to point B as quickly as possible and with as much style as possible, then is for you. Featuring supercharged engines that counter at The is a ship for going fast.
Oh, that's either the M50 or the 350R. I'm gonna go 350R on that.
Okay. So the first one was the Aurora LX. So half a
Oh, it was
point.
off! I couldn't remember if LN or LX was luxury. Oh, the LN's the combat one. Crap. I always get those two mixed up. I was damn close, too. I actually pulled that it was an Aurora.
Yeah.
I realized that that first part of it with the your roots thing had to make it RSI.
Yeah, I'm just putting something in.
Yep, not a problem.
Hang on, this is quite funny. I'm just.
Oh, the LN has a leather seat, apparently.
Yeah. Okay, so then it was, of course, the Cutlass Blue. I should have scanned that text when it said jail cells.
I have one of those. As soon as you said Duracell, I'm like, oh, it's my Pokeball.
Yeah. What is that? What are you calling your jail ship? The Pokeball.
Yeah, because I'm going to capture a bunch of Vandal, give them different weapons, and force them to fight for my amusement in arenas.
You are seriously wrong in the head. And the last one was it was the M50.
Oh, I knew it was one of those two. I just
So
wasn't sure which the text came from.
going in, so that was one question, two, three, four, five, six. Okay. So far you've got 0.5, 1, 0.5, so that's 2, 3. You are as bad as I imagined.
Sweet.
So we've got the last four, and these are a little bit of a potpourri. So I hear, what's your favorite ship?
Retaliator.
Right.
Oh, you've got naughty, dirty questions about the tally that'll try and trip me up.
I only have two questions out of them,
Oh
but
man, how well do
you're
I
going
know
to
my
get
own
one
ship?
because if you don't get one of them, so how many turrets does the tally have?
Oh crap, I'm trying to count them in my head now. 5, 2 bottom, 3 top.
Are you sure about that?
Yes. Top center,
You're
back, left, and right. Bottom 2 up the center.
I'm sorry, Grakees. You're right. Now, the tally that wasn't.
Sorry, not your question, but just underscore what he said in the chat in the happies. Someone from our chat just spoke up and told me that the Tally will be the first multi-crew ship, and the Tally is my favorite, and it is wonderful, and it will be multi-crew first. That means I get to fly it sooner. Happy days.
Underscore. Seriously, do not encourage this man. So he's just going happy clappy. Okay, so we had a stretch goal. The stretch goal text said, Star Citizen will feature an additional flyable ship, the Aegis Dynamics Retaliator. What was the stretch goal figure?
Oh, crap. What was the Retaliator's stretch goal figure? Oh, no. That was a pretty early one.
It was early.
Oh. Oh, God. How early on was that? I think it was a pre-10 million almost.
I'm going to give you 10 seconds.
Oh,
I started
no.
6 seconds ago. 4.
I'm going to give you
3.
6 million. I don't remember where it is on the stretch goal list.
Okay, I'm going to give you the chance to change that figure if you want. Do you want to change it?
No, I'm just going to say that because I have no other idea other than saying 24, which is reverse 42.
Yeah, it was the $35 stretch goal. It was actually the 3.75 million stretch goal.
Oh, it was even earlier than 6.
Yeah.
I knew it was early. I was...
So
that wasn't too bad, at least. I wasn't like saying 50 million.
It wasn't too bad. Okay, so just on the last two questions, one of these you have to get.
crap.
And I'll give it to you now, and then I'll also give you the question. What was the name of the show that we had before ATV?
Wingman's Hangar, or the next great Starship, because technically that was before ATV as well.
Oh, I'm not going to be pedantic. It was Wingman's Hangar. When Wingman's Hangar, I feel it was like the hangar, the Mass Effect floating,
Also, it could have been Wingman's Hangover.
which was their RTV. Now, here's the last question, and it's a two-parter. What is the name of this spooky state machine system?
The state machine system that their spooky stuff is running on?
What is the name of the spooky state machine system?
Oh, crap. They came up with some ridiculous acronym for it, too. I'm trying to remember it. I don't remember it.
Imagine I gave you a clue. What is the name of this spooky state machine system?
Oh, you gave me a clue, but I still don't know it because I'm bad with names.
Okay, it's Casper.
That's right. Puns, all the puns.
Casper the friendly ghost. The ghost system.
Yep.
But for the other half, what does ghost stand for?
Oh, I did tell you to give me a hard question, too.
I did ask you, do you want a hard one?
Yes.
And you said,
and I did.
Yeah.
I did want a hard question because that means that we keep up on our information and we give this information to our viewers. So things they may not have heard deep in the lore or off to the sides and other terminology, they get to find out now as I embarrass myself not remembering some of these things.
Okay, you've padded enough. What does ghost stand for?
I don't remember. That's what I was saying.
It's game object state, GOST.
That's right. And they just said that in an ATV 2 or 3 ATVs ago.
Yep. So, the scores on the doors.
5.
5. So 0.5, 1.52, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so 5 out of 10.
Yay, I failed.
You didn't fail.
No, 50%'s a fail. In America,
Okay.
at least. I need to brush up on my fringe information.
Let's put it this way. I am going to get so owned by you next week. I guarantee it. So I look forward. Bring it on. And we'll see where we go.
And don't you worry, because we'll be doing this to future persons that we bring in here.
Yeah. And depending upon who we bring in, we'll adjust the questions if it's non-Star Citizen related. So I think that's pretty much us. So do we have a definition of the week we want to talk about?
Ghost. I think you covered it for us. There you go.
For the podcast people, I gave him a look. Parrot Math just asked, did I get more points than Grakees? Yes, Parrot, but yours came through No Child Left Behind.
I did not. That didn't exist when I was in school. I was left behind.
Oh, ma'am and lord. Ooh, I want a question. What is it like to kiss a girl?
Aww.
We both felt the same way. Poor lad. Okay, so actually, I'd be interested, Grakees, if you could define what 6DOF means.
Yes, I can define what 6DOF means, or 6DOF, or 6 degrees of freedom.
Now, this is just a little spin on the controller debate, because people use different controllers for different reasons. And from the flight sim and space sim community, I'm going to call them the hardcore, purely because they have more than a keyboard. Doesn't mean they're actually hardcore. It's just that they do this for a reason, and that reason is 6DOF.
Wait, that means you're more hardcore than me because you have pedals too.
Oh no, I just have dancing feet.
Oh, okay.
I might as well use them. So, Paramath just delivered a great burn. But so what's 6DOF, Grakees.
Okay, 6 DOF or 6 DOF or 6 Degrees of Freedom, I'm using all three names because they're all used interchangeably, is the directional flight capabilities in Star Citizen. You have the freedom in Star Citizen to fly with your engine firing fully behind you and turning like an airplane if you want. You can roll and bank. You can do all of that. However, because it's a space sim, you also have the option to yaw side to side. So that is more primarily a y axis, or sorry, x axis. The y axis is your pitch. Roll tends to vary in there. So you have that with flight being propelled from behind you. You can also then decouple. Decoupling in Star Citizen, so you'll get a twofer, means that essentially your momentum is going to keep you in the same direction you were going unless you forcibly change that with strafing. So then you have the option to strafe up, strafe down, strafe left, strafe right, strafe forward and backward. So you have full range of freedom to fly in all
Mm.
6 degrees. You have forward, back, left, right, up, and down all simultaneously that you can manipulate, giving you a whole spherical range of motion. So you're not on a flat plane as much anymore. It's not like aerial combat in an atmosphere or a flying sim where you're kind of almost on a plane to some degree, where you end up dogfighting and circling each other. Instead, there's a lot of full motion in all, 3 dimensions at once. And that's your 6 degrees of freedom. You have
Mm.
freedom to maneuver in any which way.
Now, this is an interesting piece because different controllers have different advantages.
Yes.
And because of how throttle, he said, how a stick, please don't give this. Um, because of how you've got a central point of cupping.
For those of you in the podcast listening later, he has shown how to hold a joystick from underneath. So your hand wraps around the joystick while you hold the base ever so gently.
Let's progress. But what that means is you're at that kind of point where you've got almost like a single point kind of control, which means that if you move, and seriously, don't do this at home. If you move this
You're
around,
going Texas grip there.
I just look at some of the reaction faces. Oh my god! Oh god. Um, but what it means is that it's an analog reaction. In other words, the amount of you put in, yeah, you get a different response
so you
comes
need
out from the
okay.
stick.
So you need to if you don't want to go too far with it, you gotta keep the stick kind of steady right there, and you don't want to over twist either.
You definitely don't over twist. Don't overcompensate for anything. But so you're doing that, right? But that then
That could be
means,
part of your flight problem. I see your hands upside down. Is that how
well,
you take care of the joystick? I
I'm
mean,
giving away
maneuver the joystick.
I'm giving away too much personal information. Okay, so look, this is called the Aussie.
Oh,
This
okay.
is
I thought it was Texas.
yeah. So basically, you've got this going on, but what that means is you get like imagine like almost a three-dimensional grid. You get such a level of granularity about where you want to go and what you want to control. And that traditionally means that we get a better flight experience through joysticks. Again, depending upon the sensors and how the joystick is built, blah, blah, blah. Flip it across to keyboard, you've got digital.
On off.
Yeah, on, off, on, off. For anybody who's playing at home watching this video, imagine I'm pressing nipples or something just to keep the image going.
I'm pretty sure that's not how you do it, but we can check with Captain Richard later.
Yeah. Hey, blood. But what that means is that you've got a 1-0 off on action. So you've got a level of responsiveness, but you don't necessarily have the level of flight granularity. And that's where an awful lot of mouse stuff can be applied and how you adopt and change your flight. but Sixth Off is really kind of one of those things where you suddenly realize that you're soaring like Superman and smashing into buildings.
Like Superman.
Because it takes a while to kind of build up a skill set with it, but it then makes the ship more instinct when you're flying it. How I would describe it, but that's Sixth Off.
There we go. That was our definition.
Yay! So I think that's us. So I just want to say, chat, you've been awesome. This has been a quieter week for us, so we just wanted to kind of chill out, say hi. We're going to hopefully get 1.1.5 out between now and the next podcast, so we'll be able to give you all our thoughts and feedback on it. Mostly,
yes.
I'm crashing. This is awesome. Grakees will probably give you a little bit more in depth.
I want to race with it and see how the boost change racing.
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting one.
Well, see, I don't use boost with my racing, but that's neither here nor there. That's post-show talk.
So, Grakees, anything from your side, or shall we close it now?
Make sure you check me out on my Twitch stream, twitch.tv/Grakees, Grakees.
And you can find me on Grakees stream every Thursday. And you
Tell
can
them
also
about
find...
your own stream.
Oh, I have a stream, do I? Yes,
do.
Good point. I have a stream. It's Dubla Thackeray, Doublathackeray. We should probably have somebody pop those in chat, and we can kind of check us out there. Feel free to follow us.
It's also for the audio listeners.
Oh God, yes, we have audio listeners. So this is going on to iTunes. So we'll be stuff. Seriously, I've been drinking unicorn juice all night. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. But yeah, Dubla Thackeray is DOUBLARTHACKERY. Follow me on Twitch. I play space games, and I'm sometimes sensible.
I think that's about as good an outro as we could get.
That's quite depressing.
Today.
But yeah, so love you long time, and we'll see you next week. Take care, everyone.
Bye, guys.
Bye.